thevoicebeforethevoid.net. Death of Two Cheyenne Braves. From The Wilderness Hunter, by Theodore Roosevelt. Read by The Voice Before the Void. The accident, related by Lieutenant Pitcher, took place in 1890 near Tongue River in northern Wyoming. The command with which he was serving was camped near the Cheyenne Reservation. One day, two young Cheyenne bucks met one of the government herders and promptly killed him, in a sudden fit, half of ungovernable bloodlust, half of mere ferocious light-heartedness. They then dragged his body into the brush and left it. The disappearance of the herder of course attracted attention, and a search was organized by the cavalry. At first the Indians stoutly denied all knowledge of the missing man. But when it became evident that the search party would shortly find him, 2 or 3 of the chiefs joined them, and piloted them to where the body lay, and acknowledged that he had been murdered by 2 of their band, though at first they refused to give their names. The commander of the post demanded that the murderers be given up. The chiefs said that they were very sorry that this could not be done, but they were willing to pay over any reasonable number of ponies to make amends for the death. This offer was of course promptly refused, and the commander notified them that if they did not surrender the murderers by a certain time, he would hold the whole tribe responsible and would promptly move out and attack them. Upon this, the chiefs, after holding full council with the tribe, told the commander that they had no power to surrender the murderers, but that the latter had said that sooner than see their tribe involved in a hopeless struggle, they would of their own accord come in and meet the troops anywhere the latter chose to appoint, and die fighting. To this the commander responded, "All right, let them come into the agency in half an hour." The chiefs acquiesced and withdrew. Immediately the Indians sent mounted messengers at speed from camp to camp, summoning all their people to witness the act of fierce self-doom, and soon the entire tribe of Cheyennes, many of them having their faces blackened in token of mourning, moved down and took up a position on the hillside close to the agency. At the appointed hour, both young men appeared in their handsome war dress, galloped to the top of the hill near the encampment, and deliberately opened fire on the troops. The latter merely fired a few shots to keep the young desperadoes off, while Lieutenant Pitcher and a score of cavalrymen left camp to make a circle and drive them in. They did not wish to hurt them, but to capture and give them over to the Indians, so that the latter might be forced themselves to inflict the punishment. However, they were unable to accomplish their purpose. One of the young braves went straight at them, firing his rifle and wounding the horse of one of the cavalrymen, so that, simply in self-defense, the latter had to fire a volley, which laid low the assailant. The other, his horse having been shot, was killed in the brush, fighting to the last. All the while, from the moment the 2 doomed braves appeared until they fell, the Cheyennes on the hillside had been steadily singing the death chant. When the young men had both died, and had thus averted the fate which their misdeeds would else have brought upon the tribe, the warriors took their bodies and bore them away for burial honors, the soldiers looking on in silence. Where the slain men were buried the whites never knew, but all that night they listened to the dismal wailing of the dirges with which the tribesmen celebrated their gloomy funeral rites.